He'll put the BKBs on the full retreat now. Jump forward for GQ's in with the Echo Slam.
There's two.
There's the second one in the Fissure, but they'll turn. They'll destroy GQ. He's out of the game for 100. No buyback on the Shaker.
And JT lives with 100 HP. He dodges the Zeus ult.
G2IG, they'll be happy with that one. They weren't able to force out the buyback from XM.
He Wind Waker during the Zeus ult. He was 200 something. It might have actually killed him. I think it would have.
I mean, they're ready to go back in again now. G2IG, there's the jump for Baboka. He's going straight in with the BKB.
He's right in their face.
What the refresh do? A quick refresh do, but now maybe they've got the three of them very close to one another. Monet getting low. It's going to be set up in the Ev now with the Yules. Monet trying to run, but he's out. That's the Aegis gone.
XM is just getting to plow them from high ground.
Some surviving as well here with a shield here from the Aghanim's. Money's back for round two. Plus the BKB. X-Nova's in on the back line with a hook shot. Jumps forward straight away, but XM, he's right-clicking them down pretty successfully. X-Nova's dead.
I mean, XM is doing so much damage.
Turns with another fly over towards JT. JT turns, throws the chakra back out towards Ame. Ame's low, nothing saves him with a jump cross. Ame, he's going to take it out. He's gone. He'll buy back immediately here. JT in the trees. Wind Waker back out to outside of the base. The Nullifiers on to the sides as well, but the team chains out in time. XX is going to look to try and chase. They won't look to go any further into the tree line. JT able to back off safely. Nothing to say. He's ready to go back in.
Three-man crush.
The three-man crush. Nothing to say. JT gets straight back.
They're on Monet.
Look towards XXS, but it is Ame. Destroys Monet. Nothing to say. Falling low.
They're cleaning up.
Got the controls well over towards JT. Nothing to say. Dies. JT tries to Timberchain away, but the root will catch him. And
can he get out?
Gaming. Can they get this Timber Store as well? JT ready to start trying to playing around with another fire.
He's looking to go for the kill.
We got to remove it immediately. He's got the axe back, ready to pop with the shield. XXS and DY trying to do the damage to bring him down, but he's so tanky here, JT. Another Timber Chain with the impetus. It's enough.
Holy moly.
Down once again. Extreme. They'll keep their hopes alive.
Top tower falling.
JT feeling strong. He's going to try and show himself. They're going to jump in with the Doom. They're going to try and threaten the Timber Store. DY's coming.
He's dying fast.
JT, he's out.
Monet.
He's gone. Monet has the BKB and get the hell out of here.
The
storm's coming in. Ame trying to set up for further catches for Extreme Gaming. The Fish will be thrown out to block off any potential escape. They're in on top of Baboka. He's going to go with the BKB Axe freezing field. They'll turn over towards him straight away. DY dishing up the damage to take Baboka down.
JT buyback.
He's back in. Looks towards XXS. XXS puts the BKB X-Nova. He's in with the hook shot. Ame's got the BKB ready to go. X-Nova, he's getting low. See if they can push him for more. There's the song. The second time round. Ame using this song. Does he want to retreat? Does he want to fight? He wants to look towards X-Nova. Throws the net out towards him. Let's jump forward. DY down to the low ground. They managed to destroy it, but they've lost DY. DY
Echo
back immediately. GQ's in on top, but Monet separates himself. The second slap coming down onto nothing to say. But GQ,
look at XM go.
XM, he's taking on the right click battle with Monet.
He's in his face.
He takes out one. Doesn't say looks for the back with a pushback in XM.
He gets another.
Hurricane Pike play. He'll find the triple. The right clicks are winning Ame. He's still on the retreat, JT. He's looking for him, JT.
They're still alive.
The buybacks were used heavily for this. I think we've had at least 7 buybacks coming out so far in this fight. He was the one to buy back. If they get another jump onto him, could be big. They'll use the Thunder God's Wrath to scout things out.
Roche shifting position.
They're trying to get down towards the...
Do they try to kill it here?
Okay.
Are they going to try?
Okay, they're interrupting it.
Oh, they can stop it.
This is a pretty good effort.
There's 0 cooldown on Crush. They can keep it here.
This is after Extreme Gaming just moved themselves down towards the bottom. They're trying their best. They've got the control.
They'll kill this.
Oh, this is heads up from G2IG. They're going to be able to do it. They're waiting for the roast down there, but he never came. He's already dead. Monet gets the Aegis. I mean, these buyback timers passing like nothing in this game.
They're actually going to smoke out while this Aegis is getting reclaimed.
This is risky. Ame gonna get the illusions out. With the Giants,
they're scouting.
They've got eyes on X-Nova. They're blocking him up with the Fissure. They're looking for the clock. When they're throwing the fire, Ame's bleeding the sword back over towards him. XXS jumps the backline. CQ's in as well. There is straight away on top of the CM. CM Baboka getting burst low. X-Nova's the first to fall. They're gonna lose one support. They're gonna lose
2 supports.
Both supports gone.
And they're holding him to place the song.
Here from Ame, the refresh. XXS ready to go with the second round of the AoE. They're in on top of Monet. Monet's gonna get chased down. Monet.
He cannot get away.
He's out for 2 minutes. The support back. Monet, does he want to try and buy back as well, or will they just write this fight off at G2IG? Because JT, he's in trouble. Baboka, he's going to be going down a second time.
They're too big.
2 minutes. They've just got to run G2IG. They can't afford to lose anyone more here. JT pops the BKB. The Fisher trying to block off his escape. Will go for the chain. The TP out. He's not going to make it though. They put a stop to it here with the Yule Scepter. JT, he's going to go slowly but surely down as well. So they can hit that timing when the 6 has been hit on the Slardar and the IO, and they can look to set up for these global plays. As Baboka, with this next creep wave, should have it. Top lane. This time round, they're making a bit more of a successful dive in for XXS.
He pops the ult, but he still dies.
It's not going to block the right clicks in time. He goes down. See if they can get kills in return. Nothing saying about a TP out. And XM, he's just getting killed off by Monet and X-Nova. It's a double kill for Monet. The Shadow Realm is available for Xingqiu. See, Monet can stand up with him. Does he want to dive? I mean, he has time lapse, so he can potentially look to dive this. He's going in for the kill. Xingqiu turns with a cursed crown, but Monet, he's gonna get it. Triple kill. I guess on the plus side for the Xingqiu and DY, they certainly can scale for this support position.
Very true. Up top, reload.
They're gonna get in there with jump onto Xingqiu, and Xingqiu, he doesn't get even a chance to escape. They'll turn over towards Arme.
They're right in his face.
The freezing comes out, the blast comes in, Arme's dead. They'll drop the arena.
XM?
But do they have any sort of damage to try and fire back? Monet and JT, they don't care. They could go for more. The Vestal charge ticking down XM. Monet finishes him off. It's a triple kill here, 14 minutes in again for Monet.
See, JT's looking to go in again.
Oh, and the crush, the cleanup, it continues.
Lasso coming off cooldown in 3 seconds as well. This is a big moment. Heroic trying to break it with Schofield.
Boxy with the lasso. Statics are right on top as well. And a flame break in addition. 2 dead from Heroic right off the bat. And Divai Lama glimpsed into death. So Heroic absolutely crushed. And now they have to worry about their Void Spear potentially getting away because Coil was still up and available. He pops it. Analog with the Astral Step. Trying to get away with all this mobility, but just not enough.
3-0.
And now he's going to snowball Insania. Has to live here. He's going to get Malefist on, and the Eidolons will continue their reign of terror. And that is a long walk back for Insania. Boxy's TPing in. Be able to get the Firefly off. This will be a pretty damn valuable kill onto Divai, but he's just right-clicking away. Flamebreak is there. Boxy getting pretty damn low, and now another snowball, so Boxy will die, but can Mickey try to get the kill? Indeed, Divai's reign ends. The kill streak is over, and Mickey really needs to finish the job here. A couple more right clicks will suffice, but a nice Ice Shards buying some distance. Looks like he'll be able to walk away unless... Oh my God! Okay, Analog.
Rogue Siege Creep here, giving
They
some
have vision there, but they find Schofield instead. Snowball. Gonna put himself in a terrible spot, but Divai Lama with a nice black hole onto 2. Mickey just on the outskirts with a nice focus fire to be able to kill off Schofield. Eventually, Boxy does fall, so it's a 1-for-1 to start. Divai Lama burns to the ground as Nisha taking care of the back line. K1 looking to try to do something here, but he's left all alone. Shackle shot and dead. And this is likely going to be a full team wipe for Team Liquid. Obviously, the Inkswell is like the most important spell on this hero. You need somebody that can go on. Is going to have to hold the horses again. Moonlight Shadow, Analog again in a lot of trouble. I don't think the Inkswell is getting him out of this one. Does dispel, but just too much damage as Boxy ends up taking him out. And the Primal Split doing some extra work on the K1, who ends up dying. My goodness. So the Brewmaster ends up falling to the swatch. The coil comes in from Nisha onto 2. The silence is there as well. Rolling Thunder from Divine. Not able to find any connection, and K1 just has to rage, try to run away. But the Inkswell does connect onto Nisha, but he's going to have to run away instead as K1 just taking too much damage. Nisha actually going in for the kill. He gets it. Will he get out with his life? Swashbuckle connects. Schofield in the tree line gets nightmared by Insania. And in fact, they might just turn this around on Schofield instead.
See if Oxy is pretty well positioned here. We'll break it.
Yep, Schofield making his way over.
And he will just yield the area. Just not
but now Sticky Bomb is actually going to not hit. Fissure going to block out Boxy. Lucent Beam onto Schofield. Who gets the first blood is the question. Got the shield crash onto several. Boxy is going to go down first. And first blood goes to Analog. Very important for Heroic. As Schofield, he's going to make it difficult. In fact, he's going to make it impossible to kill him with that Fairy Fire. Now Insania slowed to a crawl with the Enchant. See if they can actually finish the job. The Fissure is there. Nice block from Schofield. Terrific start.
You can start strategizing around, all right, are we going to target him? Are we going to dodge him in fights? What's our prioritization?
Orchid, Dragon Tail combo into the blast off. Do they have enough damage? So tanky, but eventually Analog does die. And KJ now.
Big damage,
some good damage. He's actually stuck in the trees. Very awkward for him. Not sure if he has a way out. And K1 and Divide will be able to take out Boxy, although the Hand of God was placed, keeping Boxy alive. Eventually, the Fissure does do the job, though. Nisha Bit aggressive on the other side of the fissure now as the Eclipse comes through. A lot of creeps to tank it up, though, as the Primal Split is used as well. As Nisha gets destroyed by Schofield. Devi eventually getting run down, though. So lots of trades throughout this fight. As Schofield brought into the air and swiftly brought back down into the tree line he goes. The Enchant Totem trying to get off the blink, but there's just too many cancellations. And that should be another kill for Liquid. Ends up being a 3 for 3.
I think Heroic might have got an even better fight out of that.
Yeah.
Foxy in trouble.
Foxy being pursued, but has some company with him. K1 gets loose and beamed. He's silenced up right now as well. The sticky bomb applies. They don't have the damage to finish him off. It looks like he's going to be close. Finally, the Aegis is taken. And Nisha getting rolled on. Has support in the form of Insania as K1 making his way over with the Shikuchi. Look at that impetus damage, a big vacuum from Devi Lama. Nisha's dead. Insania looks to be next. This is a disaster for Liquid. Mickey pops the BKB. Will he be able to get out with his life? Looks like that is not to be. 4 dead. Heroic absolutely destroying Liquid here. Yeah, the last thing they want to do is just sit high ground and wait for the inevitable. K1 being shown, they dust him, they pop the Lincolns, and they get the Dragon Tail. Do they have the damage? Big vacuum into an Echo Slam. K1 has lived as a result. Somehow nobody is dead. As they're going to push back the Enchantress, and now Analog comes in with the Rolling Thunder. K1 continue to apply a lot of pressure from afar, still has the Aegis intact. Nice fissure with the Rolling Thunder combo. Mickey getting really low. The shield crash into the impetus. KJ gets the kill. Make it 2 as Liquid crumbling. Now they get the Aegis, but that is all. Aegis, Cheese, and I believe Aghanim Scepter as well. We'll see who consumes that after this potential fight. Schofield is found in the tree line. 33 with the gem in vision. Now they take out the Earthshaker immediately. Has the buyback though. There's the back wall, but not really hitting too many. But the Luna is who they're targeting. Mickey pops his Eclipse, taking a lot of damage from that impetus. There's the Hand of God keeping him alive. The Blast Off going to connect onto one. The Lama in a lot of trouble. Boxy getting extremely low as well. Beautiful Rolling Thunder. The beautiful fissure as well. They lose one on the side of Liquid as Nisha trying to continue the pressure onto Analog. As K1 finally the Echo Slam comes in onto 2. Schofield and company take out Chen as a result. They take out the Aegis though as K1. It's going to kill off Insania. Mickey getting relatively low. Beautiful vacuum on the other side of the fissure. They're kind of stuck here now next to this cliff as Mickey trying to heal up on the creeps. He's going to be left to his own devices here pretty soon. The last remaining member of Liquid will not survive. And no buyback to come from him. A great buyback coming out from Schofield.
Okay, wait, we might not get to talk about anything else then. Who's going to die?
Yep, smokes break. KJ, oh man, that was beautiful. But the snowball comes out. Pseudo save, but now they're putting themselves in precarious spot as KJ is the one getting super low. The Nature's Attendants healing up ever so slowly. Nice blocks from Analog. Gets a nice Resonant Pulse off as well. Nisha wants to finish the kill, but KJ continues to run. Half Bambi. It's Analog now. They're going to turn their sights to him. This will be a much bigger kill, and it looks like another snowball. Potential save, or is it suicide again? Now Analog is on the run. Nobody from Heroic wants to die. Insania looks like Nisha's the first to fall, in fact. Analog ends up trading his life. It's a bloodbath as 2 more supports go down. It's a 2-to-2 trade.
25 seconds without collapse. The Hex there. The swap here, they're going to try and go aggressively onto BZM. They swap him back under the tier 4s, but steps in with the disruption. Yatoro able to burn through with the majority of the mana here from Tomato, and Yatoro is considering his next target. He'll look over towards the Morphling, but he gets caught by the bashes of Whisper. He has to split back up. Backsol under the tier 4s. Collapse gets caught once again on the front line. Cookie's in, they're taking the Aegis out of Tomato's hands.
Now, IHC had a bit of a, speed bump to get here as a best of 3 series. I believe they beat Spiky Gaming, who were still alive in the playoffs. We just saw them play, but overall should be a pretty tight series. Team Zero did in fact 2-0 IHC in their play in the group stage. So we'll see if IHC can rally and come back, but Team Zero are starting it off, I think, with a really nice draft. They got the tiny Chen combo with the Timbersaw Crystal Maiden, the counter pick to the Chen, so you can just frostbite one of the creeps or get your shard and frostbite all the creeps. Get those kills, but ultimately the Timbersaw going to be a big issue. The Chen might also be a big issue. I'd love to see, I think, for IHC pick up like a Drow Ranger and go the Aghanim Scepter and throw hypothermia stacks all over the place. Go position 4 gyrocopter, or position 5 gyro even, and like use the drow gyro lane to kill the Timbersaw over and over again. But maybe that could be a little bit too greedy. It's kind of hard to say what they could go for. Team Zero did end up first picking that Timbersaw. It was available to them, so they end up going for it. It is a bit of a beyond special, but I guess it's a 7E special. 7E is normally the one that plays it, so it'll be a mid Timber. And with the Tusk pickup on IHC, it's looking like it's going to be a carry gyrocopter with a maybe a mid Pango. Looks like it does appear as though Ikigai is a Pangolier enthusiast, so he's chosen the Pangolier against Timbersaw matchup. They opt to show their hand early, the gyrocopter safe lane. Team Zero have a little bit of time to respond. I'm going to make the assumption that for Team Zero, they're going to be looking at a ZZQ Tiny with the Pawn Low Chen. So now you kind of pick your offlaner here, since you know what the enemy safe lane is going to be. Gyrocopter, probably Crystal Maiden would be my guess. So, you know, the Slaughter is banned out. Doom is available, but a little weird. Like, Beyond really only play... Like, there's no Brewmaster... Well, there is Brewmaster. Maybe Beyond could throw the Brewmaster out here. Viper. Is this even, like, a hero that he plays? Yeah, he's played it. He's played it a few times. He actually hasn't lost with it in a while, so... I like this pickup, actually. I know it's a little weird, but being able to apply corrosive, you know, the poison stacks to these heroes that really don't have a great escape, like the Gyrocopter, like the Crystal Maiden, you kind of anchor for your team. Timbersaw Tiny are tanky, yes, but the problem is that they don't pick a place and fight. They kind of just move around the map, out around the outskirts. You burst a hero down on the side and then get out, and then you continue to do so. Tiny blinks in, tosses somebody back, Avalanche, and then tries to disengage to reinitiate with the blink. So having a hero like a Viper who doesn't need the mobility, can just kind of sit there while your team is fighting around you, works out really well. And the Chen as well with the save. Sometimes we see Vipers kind of struggle with the survivability department, but you'll have the Hand of God available to help you out, and I think Hand of God with the Morphling would have been another problem as well. So, I mean, Team Zero will not be seeing either the Faceless Void or the Morphling, and the Luna's banned out, which means Muerta? No, Weaver. Okay. I think this might also be a bit of a counter pick too. I think if IHC got their hands onto Weaver, it would be very problematic for Team Zero. They have like no real hard lockdown for a hero like Weaver. IHC have some lockdown, and you have the homing missile, you have the frostbite, you know, snowball. But again, unless the Weaver's already contained, you won't be able to get those off in places where the Weaver is vulnerable. IHC gonna go for Coddle here. Okay. So it'll be an offlane Pango. I'm really surprised by this decision, actually. Ikigai is like a very, 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 very traditionally the IHC Pango player. I guess they opt to go for that since it was open, and the Blast pretty good at dealing with the Chen army, as well as like just straight up killing heroes like the Viper and the Tiny. The Blast just does so much damage that it's so hard to deal with. And I'm looking at these sets. I actually think IHC win in the set department because Erica on this Weaver does not have a set at all. You can't really get very far with Viper. He does not have very good sets or sets at all. Kind of hard to make sets for Viper because like the whole model is the same. It's not like a Tiny, right? Like, look at this Tiny set. But yeah, game one, overall draft, I think I like Team Zero's draft a lot more than IHC. I don't even really think it's that close. think Team Zero can just rally behind the Timber Saw, get the kill out onto the Coddle very easily. I mean, Ikigai is going to have such a hard time living with the Weaver getting on top of him, with the Timber Saw getting on top of him. IHC, their counter initiation is going to be on a Viper, which is like, what are you really doing here? So I think overall, this IHC draft is going to have to come down to their, pick off, D pushing, making plays happen. But Pombo on the Tiny is kind of dangerous. And I was incorrect. It is Ponlo Tiny. And ZZQ Chen. So apologies for that in the draft. I
Really now, you should have seen that coming.
did not get the heroes right before they were picked. The players right on the heroes before they were picked. But you know what? We're all human. We all make mistakes. And humanity and mistakes are what we're going to see in this first round of the, second round of the upper bracket. Between IHC and Team Zero. Just taking a look here. Now, it's kind of crazy. IHC made it into the upper bracket through tiebreaks. They won one. They beat Bright, but lost to Spiky Gaming, and then ended up beating Spiky Gaming in a 3-game series. Team Zero have lost only one series in all of the group stage, and this was to this is of course Team Zero's debut in the playoffs. The one series they lost was to Kev, and the only other team that pushed them to 3 games was Neon. So, Team Zero here, easily the team to beat. I don't think there's... I mean, if they make it anything short of the finals, it would be a bit of a disappointment for them in this tournament. They've just been playing so well. Been very impressed, particularly by ZZQ and Ponlo. You have to look out for the supports of this team. There are some teams where the supports kind of drive the play. And when you have really talented players that have confidence to be able to make some, flashier plays on the front end, you have a really good strategy going on. And Team Zero, sorry about hitting the microphone. Team Zero have all of that. IHC, what do they have? Well, they've got Heart. They've got Kishka with 11. The Weaver gonna get spotted out here, but again, not really gonna be the target of any play here. ZZQ definitely will be, though. Do they have a blood grenade out? No, they have the arc stars instead, and I think ZZQ is just basically giving up all hope, all life. He will fall, and Ikigai wins the right-click battle, gets the rune. Overall, first blood going the way of IHC in the start of the game. Very nice. Nice rotation. Nice ice charts coming out from the Tusk. And what more can you want? Chen's a pretty... I don't know why Chen is universal. Don't ask me, but I do know that Chen is a very tanky support. Tankier than a lot of other supports. Has the ability to really own a game. Drives the play, depending on the creep you get. But this top lane, with no hard stun besides Snowball onto Weaver, you're never going to kill Erica. And in addition, maybe you can make a play onto Chen, but Weaver... I think people would just kind of forget how much damage Weaver does in the early start parts of the game. He's doing 66 damage a right click already, which is kind of ridiculous. So I think if there's any kill threat, it's going to be onto ZZQ, or maybe if Erica and ZZQ punish Swashbuckle being used a little bit too early, they can make a play happen. But there should be a lot of kill potential for Viper. If you have Ponlo, when Ponlo gets level 2, he can just avalanche or toss somebody onto the Viper, avalanche as well, and then Viper's out here doing dumb amounts of damage. Especially if you get a hero like Crystal Maiden who can't protect herself at all. Fortune Soul kind of can by turning around with the Rocket Barrage, but the Courier gonna get sniped. That's Boots Beyond getting chased through the trees, and the Rocket Barrage is gonna come out on top of the Frostbolt. You do have an avalanche, but I mean, you're barely even going to use it. You get a kill, and meanwhile, top lane, Kishka gets a kill onto Weaver. So IHC kind of do the impossible. I didn't actually think any of what just happened was going to be theoretically like within the realms of their capabilities. I don't actually know how Weaver dies, but he did. And now you have to TP back Beyond and Erica. The shards coming out onto ZZQ, but the Weaver coming in also has the bug, so Kishka just getting right-click down will eventually fall here to Erica and the TP out from 11 all the way back to the base, so he's going to have to make a long walk back, and this will give some space for Erica to get some levels again. Meanwhile, mid, I'm going to be honest, dude, I'm so tired of watching Coddle. This is the most, like, blast wave, leave wave hero I've seen in a long time. And, Team Zero deward that camp. So really, I know like teams have kind of started to adjust to these cuddles by getting the deward. Honestly, if I'm Ikigai, I'm like, I think I start the game with the sentry. I'm not gonna lie, and then like put the sentry next to the tree on the right here, and then you can see all the camp. You can see any ward that gets placed up there. I think that's probably the best thing to do, best spot to go. Bottom lane, seeing just the normal, pull, but toss back. Crystal Maiden, you have no mobility and the movement speed slow with the 4 poison attack stacks. It's gonna come through, but Beyond taking quite a bit of damage. They have the flat cannon coming out as well. Fortune Soul will have to get him to kill. The rocket barracks through. You have the homing missile, and Ponlo is gonna figure out the hard way what it takes to die in this bottom lane as they get a support, but Fortune Soul gets 2 kills. And this is not the kind of start that you want. I think if they were the same level as Gyrocopter, that kind of kill doesn't happen. And Team Zero not doing so well in the lanes. I mean, Timbersaw's doing fine. You see Ikigai struggling here with some of the last hits. Has the burn of Shadows finished up. Gonna blast down the mid wave. Not hit the range creep. They have the vision out onto this Tusk, but that Ice Shards means that Tiny will be forever seen, forever caught, and forever die. Tried to toss back the Tusk onto Beyond, but Beyond can't really do anything besides throw a couple gobs of spit at the enemy before departing. And yeah, this is just average Tusk gameplay. Now Kishka is gonna go top. Go back up top again. Doesn't have any mana with them. But there's the ward. It's a sentry ward. Why does Zero have sentry wards? I guess for Weaver farming the back camps. Sentry ward on Kishka. Now, this is a big reason why I like Chen's, or why I like Chen in general. You can just farm the camp, but unfortunately Erica is finding out the hard way that the damage is going to be coming out onto him, but the tower is going to be more than enough alongside 7E. Well, 11 now caught in, has no spells, no stuns, no nothing besides the death. That is the one thing that he does have. Beautiful rotation from 7E on the mid to get those kills. And give some breathing room to Erica. He's got 1 null talisman. I've been seeing a lot of carries buy just a casual null for the mana for farming, because it scales better than the armor that you don't really care about as the game goes on. TP out from Viper. Just trying to keep himself alive. Fortune Soul basically completely free farming at this point. Gonna go for Crystallis, Falcon Blade, probably get the Aghanim Scepter next as There's 2 heroes fighting 2 heroes in the top area. They even bring the Coddle as well. They want to get the kill out onto the Beyond. ZZQ has arrived as well. Call down onto a lot of heroes. That's way too much magic damage. ZZQ, the next one to fall. He's stuck behind the shards. Fortune Soul doing a little bit of help, but they get the kill onto Pondo in the backline. Erica has come forward though. He's got his ultimate available. Wants to get the kill onto Ace. It will be 7E getting that kill instead, and Fortune Soul getting body blocked, taking the damage from the neutral creep. But again, the right click's coming through. Can he get negated? No, he cannot get denied. And now Weaver who got the wisdom? It was actually both supports on the side of IHC got the wisdom, as they did indeed steal the wisdom runes, but not before losing 3 heroes and getting 2. But I think they got a couple of heroes before that fight started, right? Like IHC killed a couple of. Oh, it was Ponlo and Tiny and the Viper. Yeah, never mind. I misspoke. I apologize. Coddle is actually not gonna finish the Spirit Vessel.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I think this is a small mistake.
Dire should look to their
You need the vessel for the Timber Saw, I think. Coddle does a nice job farming both creep camps. Misses one creep that he didn't see. They're pinging out Timber Saw, and Kishka's arrived. Pops the shards. You can't. Oh, the Timber Chain not going to connect it with the rollout onto him as well. He's got rooted up, trying to get the turnaround kill onto Ace. Will not be successful. Another spot up on low. There's Ikigai. He's mad. He's angry. He's got the solar bind going out as well onto Beyond, trying to get the TP up, but the frostbite going to be connect. And Pombo hit on the back side there. It's a nice double kill for Team Zero, or for IHC, as they've come here to play. Team Zero, I think, just kind of fumbling the ball a little bit. They're making some decisions. Maybe it's, you know, they're not used to, or they weren't expecting IHC to come in. Mind you, Team Zero, again, our team that lost 3 games total out of, I think it might have been like 20 or so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 10 games. And then 12. 18 games, and they lost 3 of them. This could be the 4th, but the first one in the playoffs. And when you're in the playoffs, wins are the only things that matter. The score sheet doesn't matter how many times you die, how many kills you get, doesn't matter. It just matters about getting the win. And now Ikigai, he's going to get the rotation onto the back line. It's 7E, taking quite a bit of damage. The small snowball is going to connect. It's a level 2 Timber Chain. He's going to turn around. Tiny tosses up Ace, but with that freezing field, safe and sound. Going to connect it. Kishka TP's out. Ace will fall here as Ikigai kind of dancing around with Erica a little bit. They do pop the Spirit Vessel. 7E trying to run away, but the solar bind is there. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Beyond gets melted down by the gyrocopter. He is 30 or 3,000, like 2,000 gold away. Apologies, from the Aghanim Scepter. He's got the Chrysalis Falcon Blade finished up. Take a look at the other items around the power. Take a look at the net worth. Top of the net worth there. Fortune Soul. Who would have thought? 7,000 gold. And Weaver, 5,700. So, you know, he's doing okay, but I mean, it is a gyrocopter at the end of the day. Gyrocopter will outfarm a Weaver, even if you get the shard. Even if you get the shard. Kishka's found ZZQ. I haven't seen a lot of kill participation from ZZQ so far this game, or a lot of participation at all. Would like to see him kind of maybe try to make plays around the map, but you can't really kill Fortune Soul. He'll eat all of your creeps. Kind of a difficult Chen game. Pawn low. Placed the ward. Got denied. I'm not sure what that interaction was there. It looked like the Frost Blast gave some vision, and then it was like... But it lasted long, it looked like it lasted long enough. I did not think that Frost Blast lasted that long. There's a smoke from IHC. They're gonna go into the triangle, find Beyond again. He's died 5 times, man. He's been struggling. Oh, they have a ward. They're gonna spot him out. And Ice Shards, Soulbind, gonna connect. You have the flat cannon, just gonna be able to pump out the damage. Ace will get the kill, and Beyond is almost as poor as Ace. Now, I know what I said in the draft. Viper will be, you know, tanky enough to kind of absorb some of the ganks, but you know, when you pick up a Viper, you kind of have to assume that he's going to win the lane because it is a Viper. I didn't expect the Viper to have literally no game, which he does. And now the 7E caught out a little bit, trying to TP out, but the blast is going to be more than enough damage. They wanted to get the stacks, and instead they got a Timber Saw. I think Team Zero will be more than happy with that. And even though IHC are kind of ahead by 2 kills to 1, or with a kill ratio of 2 to 1, it's looking like they're not playing the map as accurately as Team Zero. I mean, it looks like, sorry, it's the opposite way. It looks like Team Zero are not playing the map as accurately as IHC is what I was trying to say. I'm a little discombobulated. It has been a week of weeks for me, but it's been a great week of Dota for Kobolds Rave. Beyond caught out once again. 11 gonna pop the roll. Goes on forward. Ikigai has arrived. Now you did see Beyond try to get down onto the cliff line. They do use the hand of God, but no hand will be strong enough to save you as the break out of the gyrocopter is going to turn on with the call down the fishing field in the middle of all of these heroes. The damage is there. Onto 1, onto 2. Name your pick. What's your food? As Pawn Low, he's going to be the next target alongside Erica. It's 4 dead on the side of Team Zero. IHC successfully invade this part of the map, and a tier 2 tower might fall here as Team Zero are crumbling under the weight of their own pressure. And TP and Beyond, they don't want to give up this tier 2 tower. Beyond is like 400 gold or 300 gold away from his Dragon Lance. He needs an Eternal Shroud. He needs Eternal Shroud. He needs to tank up on the magic department, even maybe a pipe on top of the Eternal Shroud, like just get magic damage resistance. Likely he will be going one or the either, but not both. He did max Nether Toxin. I think this is a really smart choice. A lot of people, I think, would have continued to max out the Q, the poison attack. But when you're this far behind, you need whatever skills you can to farm. And Nether Toxin, one of the better farming spells in the game. Well, I guess it's not the best, but it lasts for 8 seconds. It does like 500 magic damage. And 500 magic damage would probably be almost half of ZZQ's health pool here. He doesn't have ultimate, has a mech finished up, but I mean, really, I have not seen any impact from this Chen so far from ZZQ or Team Zero. They just have not impressed me with this Chen play. But you know, maybe IHC will get over aggressive, right? They'll make a play. They did get a little feisty in the bottom tier 2 tower area. Take a look at the items. Octarine Core getting close for Ikigai. Ace has drums. Blink on Kishka. Looks like 11 is going Diffuse Blade. Aghanim Scepter, he's got the point booster done. Nothing too crazy. Fortune Soul has Crystallis, Falcon Blade, Aghanim Scepter completed. And then for Team Zero, you've got Dragon Lance on your Weaver, Dragon Lance on Viper, Mech on CZQ, Kaya finished up on Timber Sub, but again, like, nothing, no big items that change the tide of battle. Top, they catch up Pawn low. IHC looking for maybe some sort of consolation prize since they never can seem to find one. And Pawn low, he's the found target. Lost and found, and he's definitely found there. See Beyond farming up a little bit more. CB in top. Fortune Soul, very close to BKB actually, so he's that much farther ahead of Erica, who again has nothing. Gonna go for a BKB next, but they get the dust out. Blink, Walrus Punch, Erica getting chased down by the snowball. Do they have a free frostbite? Yes, they do. He's gonna time lapse, but you time lapse right back into the dust, and with the solar bind, the moment you come out of that, you're gonna get completely slowed down. The blast will finish you off, and now Team Zero, I think it might be full panic mode for them. A 10,000 gold lead. Meanwhile, mid, they're looking for 7E, goes up onto the high ground. The blink is not there, but Ace, he's caught out. They get the blast out onto the high ground with the solar bind. Does he have the chains to get away? The moves? Well, not when you get punched up in the middle of it. You definitely don't. That's 2 deaths back to back. One on the mid, one on the carry. Your offlaner's struggling. IHC, they've come to play on this game 1. I'm impressed. If IHC can do this back to back and Team Zero go into the lower bracket, oh boy. But, you know, you have to beat game 1 first, right? Can't help but think maybe 11 are thinking about the next series already. This game hasn't even ended. I know you know, from when I played amateur Dota, there were times when, you know, you're in the playoffs, you lose, and you kind of caught yourself like, oh, this was easy, and then you throw, and you're like, well, I actually spent more time thinking about the next series than this game. And you know that the team that's losing, the only thing they're thinking about is what we can do to come back. Well, giving up Roche, probably not part of the system, but maybe an inevitability. Picking off the gyrocopter before they get back in the lane might be an idea, but there's a tier 1 tower here, so there's no way you're gonna get it. And Roshan has, of course, been taken already. Gyrocopter, not in any sort of danger of death, and even if they were, you just have an Age of Civil Mortality. Gonna push in mid with the creeps that she's got. That Gyrocopter's got, sorry, not she, it's a he. So, Beyond with the 4 staff. Again, Beyond I think just needs to tank up. I think everybody from IHC is dying a little bit too quick. The Solar Bind reducing magic resistance by 35%. Now, okay, does anybody know? Is the damage reduction, like the magic resistance reduction on Solar Bind, multiplicative or additive? Does it reduce 35% of, like, say Coddle got hit with his own Solar Bind. He's got 32% magic resistance. Does it reduce his magic resistance by 35% so it goes to 0? Or does it reduce 32% by 35%? 11, getting caught out here. Erica, they make a play with 7E, but the turnaround immediately. They didn't actually get the Wisdom Rune, and now 7E, his TP is going to get canceled here. They're bringing in a couple more heroes. They want to get the kill onto 7E, force this aggression, and they will get it. They TP'd all 5 heroes on the side of IHC, but they wanted to make a play as a team. Push out top because that's the last tier 2 remaining. And if I'm a IHC or Team Zero believer, I'm not sure what you believe in this game. I mean, maybe there's no team fights. No team fight ultimates on the side of Team Zero, so you can't really pick a fight. Maybe you just get initiated on like one of these moments and then you just live through it. Conlo getting chased, or I mean, yeah, Conlo gets chased down
This'll come in handy.
in the river. He's died 7 times. Now, IHC. Top of the net worth. Top 3 heroes have the net worth. The Gyrocopter, Aghanim Scepter, BKB. Crystal is going to get the Satanic finished up next. Tower's gonna die here. Not going to live for very long. Right click's coming out for Fortune Soul. Takes that kill, and Team Zero looking to defend high ground here. Again, they don't have team fight. Like, I don't know how you're supposed to take an engagement if you're IHC. I mean, if you're Team Zero. Hey, what do? Try to burst down Fortune Soul when he's gonna have Satanic on the courier? Oh, look at that! The courier's coming with the Satanic. No, toss back. That's the angle. They wanted to get him to be on, but with the break coming through, he's gonna get healed up from the blast, taking quite a lot of damage with the fortification as well. He does end up dying. Has a BKB up and running. He needs to use it. Maybe so. As a Satanic as well, taking a lot of damage. Erica, the BKB piercing stun, gonna do a lot of damage, and eventually will get the time walk off. But again, there's no BKB used on the Gyrocopter. Is coming through with the damage onto the racks. The flank cannon is gonna also permit, but again, Team Zero, they're gonna get Ponlo back in a few seconds, so IHC has to back up. Gyrocopter is so farmed. What is his GPM? 771. It's gonna be higher. It's gonna get only higher from here. Fortune Soul has a Demon Edge. Hold on. Okay, he's building Daedalus. I was like, why do these players, like, you could honestly build a Divine on Gyro, but you did just die that last fight. He did hold BKB though, so, you know, I don't really blame him, but again, if you bought a Divine, you just flat cannon, hit the tower, everybody dies on the enemy team, you win the game. And mid, creeps keep getting pushed out. There's that smoke up, but doesn't look like anything's gonna connect. Ikigai has not died yet. It's really hard to do that, you know. They spot out Timbersaw. They catch him out. 7E. This is a pickoff of pickoffs here as it's gonna Timber Chain away, but again, there's more than enough damage from all the magic to get that kill. You know, Team Zero are doing a great job keeping all the waves pushed up, but it seems like they can't really, like, commit to just one place.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And we're seeing the Weaver try to keep Mom alive. There's a blast hold on, a fight happening. Erica died. How did I miss this? My apologies. What in the world? Hello? Caster sleeping at the wheel. I was looking at the items. I was looking like, you know, Diffusal Blade, you got Scotty, Satanic finished up on Fortune Soul. I didn't even notice Erica dying. Holy smokes. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, man. Ikigai now chasing down Ponlo, but the blink up onto the high ground beyond now. Caught out. Fortune Soul, they're pushing in the bottom lane. It looks like IHC have made their decision to go bottom when the tower mid is already dead. 30 seconds may be left as Ponlo gonna get right click down, snowball, more than enough damage. Blast to heal the creeps as they walks up. And Team Zero hemmed into their base. It's looking, you know, the game keeps going from like, oh, you know, Team Zero have this play that they can make to maybe get it back in, and Team Zero can do something else to force a little bit of space. But it feels like every single time we see like Team Zero get a little bit of an advantage, it's like, oh, they lose 2 cores. It doesn't seem like it's looking that good of a game for Team Zero, and the team fight from IHC overwhelming. Percentages are usually multiplicative. Yes, that is true, so I agree. I think that would be correct. As the tier 2 tower bottom getting taken out, the right clicks from Erica, pointing out the damage, and you can see IHC, they draw the line. Tusk wants the call, amplify damage rune on Fortune Soul. You're gonna take a tier 2 tower bottom, but no, they're gonna TP in. The fight breaks out, they get the Ruin out onto the Timber side, forces the BKB, Timber chain away, ZZQ on the side, they're fighting underneath the ward, they are on IHC. The play has been called, the Timber chains are out. Timber Saw will not be caught, and they don't lose the tier 2 tower bottom, but mid Erica creating a little bit of space. You do see Erica. When you guys arrived, he had no idea that there was vision, but he's gonna have to pop the BKB. The stun, the bash! He was at like 100 HP. Do they have the BKB piercing stun? Yes, they do! For the shield crush, Erica, he has got to get up, but the shards are long. The shards are inevitable. And Team Zero lose their core, their carry once again. I didn't miss it that time. Now, Twitch chat. I'm gonna say it to you guys, because I know there's a little bit of talk. There's 2,000 of you, so listen up. If you want to look at the live stats, that's fine. Have it in a second tab. But you cannot talk about the live stats or spoil the game in the Twitch chat. You will get banned, and it will be your fault. You can talk about the game that is happening on screen, but you can't talk about the live that's happening, or the game that's happening on third-party websites. Thank you so much for your cooperation. Glad I could talk to you guys about that, and then IHC again, just keeping all the waves pushed in. Team Zero pushing in bottom as well. IHC, I'm really not sure why they're going top. Like, why aren't they going high ground? What? Why aren't they just as 5 pushing in high ground? Do they just not want to get tossed back? Is there like something up to do with combo? I'm not convinced that IHC are comfortable with the play here. I mean, they go up high ground now. There's no 70 isn't here, but this is a full commit. Okay, IHC, they've made the play. They're gonna go up onto the high ground, take a tier 3 tower, and Team Zero, they get the toss back onto the Gyrocopter, the counter initiation on the Tiny. Basically immediate, the BKB was popped. The Tiny does die, but the 70 cleans through Kishka. It was a BKB of his own. The roll through onto the backline. They get the tier 3 tower, now 11. Gonna get down onto the low ground. IHC, they do eventually take that tier 3 tower top. As Fortune Soul again is continuing on, has the flat cannon going, so the racks are starting to fall here, and Team Zero have to defend this 5v4. The blast stealing onto the backline. Erica gets a beautiful amount of damage from the bugs, but again, IHC, they back up, kill the bugs, and now reinitiate with the next wave. They get the call down onto Beyond. He's going to get hit by 2 of them. The melee racks falling little by little, 11. Again, he is falling as well. They do have the Tiny back up and available. He's going to TP in. But the racks die top. Team Zero have smoke out. And they're going to find Kishka first and foremost. Put the kickback onto Erica. The damage is there. Has to pop the Hand of God and the time lapse. So you have no ultimate available onto Erica. Avalanche forward. He pops the cheese onto the Pangolier. And now Team Zero, they back out. They wanted a little bit of resources, but the only resource that they're going to be able to give up is, of course, the Tiny. Pondlo ends up falling down. Fortune Soul is now going to start the march towards mid, and Team Zero, you kind of think about how they have to take these fights, but it's kind of impossible. I don't know how you really do it. It's going to be up to them to show me how it gets done. They have the flat cannon coming out. Fortune Soul, they get forward. Beyond, force staff through the shards. The flat cannon doing the damage. They did force the buyback. The BKB onto Kishka. Felt like he might have been in a little bit of trouble. Team Zero continue to be hemmed into their base. They keep losing these racks. And Fortune Soul, with the full support of his team behind him, gonna walk up again, pop the flat cannon, hit the buildings. He's doing a lot of chip damage to everybody else. And again, this top racks, it's just the range rack, so only 140 HP. They're pinging out Fortune Soul. They want to get the toss-back combo, but it's going to be IHC making the call to get the melee racks top. I don't think IHC are going to leave until the siege is done. The siege continuing on. They get the call down onto Beyond. All 3 are going to connect. Only 2, sorry. My apologies. Fortune Soul. Now going to finish off this melee racks. Team Zero backed up to get the resources. And now IHC going mid. They TP Fortune Soul bottom. 26,000 gold lead. You take a look at the win probability, 97% in favor of IHC. 3 minutes, 40 seconds left on Roche. The middle range rack's still alive. But you got the melees, so that's all that matters. And the recall onto the Gyrocopter, they're pinging up the shard. They have the rollout onto the Pangolier. They find 7E. He's going to get caught. He is stuck. Pops the BKB, TP out. No bash is going to be there. Kishka gets the Wisdom Rune. Erica gonna split push as much as he can. But they have the TP from Kishka, and now Erica gonna... Wait, you can... Hold on. Hold on. You can use Shukuchi when you're channeling? Can you TP and then Shukuchi? I'm gonna have to test this. I don't think you can. I didn't know you could TP Shukuchi though. I guess unless you... Yeah, I'm not sure. Fortune Soul now on the bottom tier 3 tower. Gonna take this tower out, but the toss back was there. He's got the BKB going and the Satanic. He's doing more, all of the damage. And now Ponmo, he's gonna pay for this. Erica gets hit with a little bit of disarm, but Fortune Soul does not have Aegis or Satanic. He has to back up a little bit. 70 gets bashed. The moment he comes in, he gets hexed up as well. The shards are going to be there on top of him. And now, hit with the Soulbind. The chains get stopped. And now 11 in the middle. He gets snowballed up. Tries to make the play happen, but again, 11 rolling for the sake of nobody. Fortune Soul up onto the high ground. Now goes down onto the low ground. Gets hit with another hit with the ultimate coming out for the Venomancer, but the Satanic coming out. Can Fortune Soul live? No, he cannot. He's actually gonna die. Team Zero have the burst damage beyond the double kill. And now all you got was a tier 3 tower. You did get the middle rack, so I think it's kind of worth it for IHC, but it just comes down to not having Aegis pushing up high ground. I know IHC are up 20,000 gold, but Team Zero have damage. 7E is just doing damage. That's the only thing he's doing. Erica, the only thing he's doing is damage. He's gonna have MKB finish soon. ZZQ keeping his team alive. And IHC pushed up. I think they stayed for wave. They stayed for wave 2 of that fight. Fights come in waves sometimes in the later stages of the game, when like cooldowns start coming up again. And you know, the Viper Strike landed out onto the gyrocopter with that attack slow, movement speed slow. Viper Strike lasts a long time. Hold on a minute. They found Erica. They're going to bring in everybody. 11. With that rollout, has the Diffuser Blade available as well, but not going to connect Shikuchi forward. Erica comes out, and it will not be a catch. Tier 4 token drop. Take a look at the Tier 4s, actually, since I haven't talked about neutral items at all. You have 2 Mindbreakers. I think these are very important items for the Weaver. Psychic Headband, Ogre Seal Totem. Ninja Gear finished up on Ikigai. Ninja Gear finished up on Tusk. You have Rattle Cage on 7E. Very important. Very good item. And Aesthetics Cap on the Weaver. Ponlo dies. Yeah, he's gonna TP. No bad. Unlucky. Unlucky. Team Zero's chances of winning this game are 8%. Nice and high. You know, I actually have no idea what went wrong for Team Zero. I think it might have just been the rotations from IHC were a little bit too much. This Tusk has been doing work. Kishka is playing these fights incredibly well. 19 assists. Ponlo caught with the bash, the Hex out as well. I think 11 has the Hex. No, who has the Hex? It's Coddle. Coddle's got the Hex. And Team Zero, I think they're going to make a play bottom. Is there any BKB piercing stun or anything on the side of Team Zero? I guess Viper Strike. Why does everybody have MKB? Oh, it's because Gyrocopter built a butterfly, I see. Built the butterfly, wanted to stay alive. Wanted to be able to do damage. What's his next item? He's got 5,800 gold. Would not be surprised. Would not be surprised if I saw a Divine Rapier on the gyro. You're up 2 lanes of racks. You kind of just need a little bit more to push for the win, and you can kill every single bunny on the enemy team with the Divine. Now, Divine is not great to give up. If Weaver gets a Divine, then it is what it is. But now, Team Zero are looking down the barrel at this point. IHC are really just I really have no idea why IHC can't close this game out. there might be some sort of mental barrier there. I think Team Zero are playing the high ground fights very well. And now with Gyrocopter walking up onto the high ground, going to try his best, but he's going to get silenced up. The kickback onto Beyond. He's in a spot that he really does not want to be in. The freezing field going to connect onto him. It's a dive. He does not have buyback. And now with the BKB on Fortune Soul, the Flat Cannon coming through, doing the damage. They are at the pop the fortification to try to keep the Mega Creeps alive. But again, the Tiny comes in, got hit by a silence, the kickback. This Tusk is doing the Lord's work. He got hexed up, the damage is there. And now Kishka has to use the BKB. You do have Fortune Soul caught in the middle of 5 heroes, has a refresher, uses it immediately with the BKB, with the Satanic coming through. He's healing up. You have the Abyssal Blade onto Erica. He's dead. Timbersaw's dead. Tell me who isn't dead on the side of Team Zero. They walk forward. The Tier 4 towers are going, and Erica calls GG. Team Zero lose the first playoff game. I mean, their playoff debut is a loss off of the back of Kishka's Tusk, who would not stop kicking Team Zero while they were down. And is a convincing win for IHC, even though it took them a while to win. I think I have to give MVP to Kishka. I mean, those kickbacks at the last fight were so clutch, and he had a lot of really good snowball stuns, a lot of snowball saves. There were so many shards that ended up, that turned into kills. The amount of control, the amount of pressure that he applied was more than enough to get the win. And IHC with an upset, up 1 game to Team Zero. We'll see after a quick break if Team Zero can rally back and take game 2.
To kill BZM though. Oh, maybe there is Yatoro. Okay, he gets the kill, but he's losing his teammates. Can Yatoro do this? He's going to go over towards Step, but the Glimmer Cape is there.
Tomato's there, though.
And he's going to turn over towards Tomato. They've got the cookie in on towards the Morph. He's losing his mana. Yatoro able to focus Tomato down here with the illusions. Tomato's getting low.
He's cleansed up. There's a heal coming in.
Can Yatoro make another jump? He's looking for his target. He's going to head over towards Ari. Tomato with the Stolen Spear is there. In fact, it catches him and kills him off. Ari with the outplay.
Ari is playing like a beast.
And there's nothing for Mira to do there. Poshka's watching from the side, maybe looking for a stomp setup. He's not going to get it though. With the root instead on towards Step with the Brambles. Jump in and a jump out from Lal. It's a little low on the mana. The Supernova comes out. They're not going to try and kill it. They'll let the Spear from Collapse finish off Ari. The arena's down. Now they're ready to go back in for round 2. They look towards Seb. Seb caught in the arena. Tomato turns up. The Infest is there. Gives a bit of a burst heal to Seb to keep Seb fine. And it's ended up being Lal that's dove under the tower for this. He gets punished. Lal's out. Mira will manage to TP away. BZM, he'll get the deep one. He's going in for this one. Beyond the tier 3, but the Yules is there. Mira will be able to dodge the combo. They're diving into the base here. He's on towards Collapse.
It's deep.
They've got to be a little bit careful here, OG. I don't know if they can continue to try and get away with this. They're on the retreat. Lal will try and drag back Tomato. They've got the arrow, but the spin, it's not going to catch him. Tomato looks to turn, but he's still getting torn apart by Yatoro. Yatoro's back in action, and he's cleaning up. OG, they stuck around for too long. They've lost 3 of them. BZM also in trouble. I mean, they stuck around for that dive.
Spirit playing around their vision. They have that one ward they just placed.
Starting to jump out with the Wind Waker. Collapse.
Laurel. The gem is on top of him.
They've got eyes on him. They'll head back for now. They'll turn with the Bramble and the Curse Ground down onto Whisper. Tomato's got the BKB.
Tomato.
He's still getting torn apart, but he's got the Axe. We'll be able to jump inside of Yatoro for now. Yatoro also getting caught by the Fiend's grip from Ari. And that's a good grip. That's a big grip. He's out for 90.
Great
they kill off the Luna. Now they're ready for more. Let's see if they can find Collapse. Whisper jumps up to the high ground. Collapse trying to run away from the Ari. He's got Sleep back up. Be able to put his escape to a stop. Sets up for the X-Mark drag back. They'll get both the carry and the offlane here. 2 kills, both go in the way of Tomato. I mean, you said things have been a bit slow from Ari with the grip.
Finds it.
But when he hits the big ones, he hits the big ones. It gets them the biggest kill they could hope, knocking out Yatoro for over a minute.
Pretty much perfect opportunity they could get there to bring things back for them. Tomato chasing forward with his brand new axe. Top.
He's going to try and stand around and fight. We'll have to zip TP. Didn't have anything to put a stop to that, even though his BKB did come to an end. Maposhka, on the other hand, though, he will die as well, was the case for Mira. So after it all, it's going to end up with Spirit losing 4 heroes. OG, they're pretty much done it in terms of rectifying what went wrong earlier.
They must have got the Seb speech, I guess.
I think they did.
Age is still on Whisper, and yeah, they have double hexes at the moment on the side of OG, so have to watch out for these catches. And yes, all 3 BKBs at the ready.
Oh, Collapse. He's been caught by the hexes, as you say, and he's out. Has got buyback available. May needs to use it here, as he's otherwise out of the game for 80 seconds.
Ooh, I don't know if he saw the second one, because he stepped up a little bit far.
You saw it. He's going to consider getting in position. They're going to try and go for BZM. BZM, he's going to get saved for now by the sleep. He's able to put the BKB. He's going to get healed up as well by Tomato. They keep BZM alive. The Supernova's out. Spirit, they've got to head back to the fountain. They're going to head back out of the fight. Collapse will jump in for the spear catch onto Tomato. They get the pushback with the fear. The full-up control with the vortex. Yatoro's in with the damage. It's enough. They're taking Tomato out. Spirit will hold, and they'll chase out for more. The spear push back onto Whisper. A double kill for Yatoro. They get the catch onto BZM. They'll keep the game alive again. It's another hold. It's another triple kill for Yatoro. Tomato, put the rage. Lal heads in. We'll get caught by the Hex, but no follow-up.
Yatoro's in.
I mean, they've managed to burst through the Kunkka immediately. Collapsing Yatoro, find BZM, and he's out of the fight as soon as it starts.
Oh, this is so awkward. They're trapped in the corner.
I mean, what do they do? Does he buy back? There he is. BZM's going to buy back for this one. There's the jump in the backlines, but Ari's got the Axe Fiend script. He's controlling the storm for now, but
Yatoro.
Lal doesn't really care. He's perfectly able to zip over to the safety of the left side of the fight. Yatoro, though, will go down.
They stuck on him.
Now, the question is if Yatoro wants to buy back. Does he want to try and turn their efforts in this fight, try and get it back their way, as Lal's getting run down by Whisper? Lal still with not a lot of mana to play. It looks like Spirit are just going to try and write this fight off. Maposhka will turn with a stop, but the Hex is there in time. OG, they're going to be able to take down the ET as well. See what they can get away with. Tomato in with the Rage, working on the tier 3. Safety of the X-Mark drag back. Will still get caught by a Stomp. Collapse. He's taking it back over, but he gets caught by the Hex. Lal's in with the BKB. Whisper. Where'd he go? In an instant. He's gone. He'll buy back. The feed script's there on the Lal, but it's not enough time to lock him down and finish him off. He'll still get caught by the X-Mark, though, and he's
Tomato.
dead.
Oh my God,
They get it to clean up. 3 dead on Spirit. They have to use the buybacks. Yatoro's back in. Maposhka's back in. Mira's back in. The silence down onto BZM. They're going to try and take him down twice, though. Still has this Aegis, of course. The spear will get him.
Holy shit, everyone's just dying in an instant.
I mean, can they keep BZM safe on the second round? Tomato and Ari heading up. They'll use the sleep to try and protect BZM from any sort of combat that's thrown down, and if they turn towards Collapse, they get over the Hex, the drag back there for the vortex.
Big damage.
They've killed on Whisper. It's a dive back on the Timber Saw. Lal turns over towards BZM. He's in on top of him. BZM trying to run up towards the high grab. Yatoro finds the Lucid Beam to finish
Tomato's
him off.
alone.
It's a double kill. Tomato caught by the Hex. Spirit, they clean it up. And once again, for OG, pushing the high ground has gone horribly, horribly wrong.
They're kryptonite, the high ground.
But Malrine, he wants to play aggressive. Arrow will miss.
Rolling Thunder.
Trying denied regeneration rune.
Still on this Razor with a lot of damage now with Amar arriving. And that Rolling Thunder ending. Curse Crown is there. Amar with crit still going to get on top of Jokam for a double kill on your Viper. Now Ponyo, very isolated, left out on an island. Not much Akashi can do here. Level 5, 10 minutes in, so not even a defensive chrono available here for Akashi. As the Moonlight Shadow is going to allow Falcons here to close the gap onto Ponyo.
They really want that level 4 maiden, huh?
Get it.
Big chunk of money, 221 for Malrine.
Yeah, we've seen these games, though, where some teams only get support kills, right? Just killing off a position 5 over and over again. At least Talon are finding core kills, important ones to try and buy them time to get into late game. And good attempted move by Chuen there to get to high ground, but now he's stuck on low ground, moving and turning around on the snaking. Dragonite in, and with that breakdown on Timbersaw, tons of magic damage comes his way. WS and Jokam both fall. Amar with a double kill. And is that the Crystal Maiden trying to scurry away with a couple of 100 health? Well, they don't see her. Instead, turning their eyes and targets onto the Faceless Void to bring him down, and a triple kill. Yeah, I think at this point, Talon needs King Jenkins and his entire round table to come in on their Knights and Lancers to try and hold back the Falcons here. Viper on the front lines, holding them back as Skitter will get away from the Chakram damage. Malrine moves forward with a jump in, Rolling Thunder. There's a Freezing Field and a Chrono there onto Malrine. They're going to get the kill on the Pango. Down he goes. 2,000 gold into the hands of Talon. And Akashi moving forward.
I think Malrine is going to buy back. I think he's going to buy back and they want to end the game.
Rage buy, let's go. When Chrono's down, what else is going to stop him? Skitter still just beating at buildings. Amar, the real carry in this one, going to stand up on the front lines and hold them all back. Chuen with his BKB, trying to chase into the Viper here. Ooh, dodges the Terrorizer, looks like, with the Manda style. Skitter holding the ground, but the Viper's going to fall. Talon fighting back. They get the takedown on 1, 2 cores, now a third. Aegis gone. Crit the snaking, trying to turn back. Malrine did buy back. You're right. With the Rolling Thunder back in onto the Faceless Void, they're going to get on top of Akashi. Can he try and walk away from this? Does he have the protection? No,
that Rolling Thunder.
Far too good with the arrow over the top of it. Ponyo now in trouble as well, but WS and Chuen are still going. Snaking has that leap to get a bit of distance off Malrine and Crit. Turn back around. They've got the firepower here to bring down Chuen. Buyback's ready on the Razor. No Faceless Void and no Dark Willow now, though.
Didn't get much done in the last couple of fights.
Nice vision. Jokam, he can find the Hoodwink. Oh, but hang on, that glide there holds him back. Malrine breaks away from the static link, turns onto the Tiny, and the Doom is there onto the Zeus in the back lines. Akashi has to sing the song, try and buy time for the rest of the team to get away from the Doom, but look at Amar. He's going wild. He's unleashed the beast onto the Zeus, taking him down, and now the rest of the team can come and help him. Snaking with the bubble, saves the Doom, the turn on the Nagasar, and brings Akashi down to the ground, and Chantra's in trouble as well, and Falcons pummel Talon, absolutely annihilate them. Yeah, it's really a possibility right now. Gliding here onto this Razor. Might have to BKB, a good amount of damage and control on the Weaver, pops the Aegis immediately. Sharpshooter's coming, trying to aim it in onto WS. They've lost Snaking, crit nearly falls, but Amar and Skitter going to work in the actual fight proper, killing off the Razor. Jokam, Ponyo, Akashi is now turning tail and running, but the Gleipnir once again cuts them off, holds them in place to find the 2 support kills that the Falcons will gladly take. Team Falcons, there's a tier 2 standing top, so they can't go for the full megas or anything like that. But Skitter will get himself down to low ground. Look at this Tiny. Crit gonna scurry away, but blasted by the Zeus. Good pick by Chuen. Akashi, though, the one in trouble. Naga down with buyback available. Might have to come back into the fight because WS is in serious trouble. Draining damage from Amar, but Malrine stands his ground and takes him down. The Doom and 2 supports and Falcons are gone, but Skitter and Malrine offer a lot of damage and still stay reasonably tanky. Tiny out for 50, and Chuen gonna have to try and heavenly jump back to Mount Olympus.
Malrine is zoning.
This is not where you belong, Zeus. No matter how many family members you've got, looks like they're all dead at this point. The illusions of the Dragonite will kill him off, and he's dead for 70 now.
Very mobile carry player.
All right, Tower finally does die. Coil onto 2 as the Axe makes his rotation over, but Quinn taking a ton of damage. Whisper gets off the Primal Split, a dead Leshrac again. Seb will be the trade for now. Now Ace on the run. Illusory Orb clips 2. Tomato even makes his way over as well as Ace trying to get up the call, but not going to find anyone. Ends up dying to Rachio with a timed, okay. Time-lapse did go off, but now the Chronosphere comes in, getting all 3 teammates in the area.
Result here with the phase. The Master.
Do they have the damage? Primal split does go off. And Whisper, oh man, the Pulse Nova is ripping right through him. Still sticking around though. Gets one more stun with the Earth Panda as Tomato comes in. Time dilation as well. More TPs coming in. Ace is ready, but the Chronosphere comes out. They have the damage to actually kill off the Lash. It's going to be close. Tomato has the time out away, but they do get the kill first as BZM gets basically soloed by Ace. And now Tofu in the midst of a TP, but gets right-clicked into Oblivion. I mean, if you think of one axe, I mean, I feel like it is Seb, though, right? Surely. Ace.
All right, here we go
Another
again.
call comes in. Dead shot, though, but the Split Earth is there to layer, and the chop. Actually, I couldn't tell if the chop was completely successful or not. Either way, the kill goes the way of Gaiman again. Ari now flame broken and lassoed. Looking for the call. Oh, yeah, that feels good. And just...
It's going to do more than that, huh? I know the dead shot clipped Duracho in the end, but I'm surprised he didn't do more of a dent into Tomato there with the items that he has.
Yep, dead shot.
Ace.
Now on to Ace.
It's tanky.
Already at half HP is Tomato closing the gap. Has the Chrono, of course, will use it. The rest of his team will walk into it as they do.
Awkward.
Very poorly played there as Ace now calls, looking for a potential chop, but Tomato time walks away. And Ace was using the Bloodstone there. The coil's going to snap, and he's still very tanky, but eventually OG gets what they came for. Tomato, though, lassoed and soloed essentially by Tofu. Seb's going to get the Nightmare Celery, takes it off instantly. Tofu making his way over as well as BZM coming to the party. Jingu is going to connect, but the RP onto three heroes. Block grenade onto three heroes as well, even more important. Seb gets taken out first by Quinn, though. Glimpse out onto him. Gets another Jingu stack, but he falls in the end. 2 for 2. Lots of action early on as Duracho, basically a creep at this level of the game, showing up, tickling everyone. They're laughing their way to the farm as Tofu gets skewered by Whisper, and now Duracho tried to help his team, but he's just gonna die again. Can he deny himself on a creep?
To Kobolds Rave 2. This is game 2. The upper bracket between IHC and Team Zero. We had IHC a bit of a underdog story here. They were a part of the tie breaks to make it to the upper bracket. They won, got their position into the upper bracket, so beating I believe it was Team Bright they beat, and now they're playing Team Zero. Team Zero has the number of wins currently as per their team name. Now IHC coming up with the Timbersaw. They're going to use the Fortune Soul Gyrocopter again. And Team Zero are coming out with some spice. They are not ready to keel over and give up like in game 1 when they got way too far behind to even mount a comeback. This time around, they're going to go for the Disruptor, the Bat Rider, two of the most, I would say, common and staple supports of the group stage before the playoffs. And IHC going to go with the Timbersaw. They wanted to deny pick. The Timber felt like it might have been a little bit too strong. Will have done a little bit too much work. And they go for the Gyrocopter once again. But it doesn't mean that it's a carry gyro. Just means that it is a gyro. And IHC want to steal some spells. They want to steal maybe some lassos. Disruptor, want to steal some glimpses. Static Storm could be very good as well. Omni Knight's got a couple good spells that you can steal, like Repel, Purification. So Rubik here makes a lot of sense. There's no like stuns that you're stealing, like no magic missiles or anything, but it doesn't really matter to Rubik as long as he's throwing out spells and using all of his mana. I don't think he really cares. And maybe IHC are going to look for another support, or they could go for their mid here. And then last pick either the support or mid, depending on if they want to play the Gyrocopter safe lane or as that position 4. I think ultimate, or 5, I think ultimately Gyrocopter 5 is kind of not as good as it used to be. A lot of teams have kind of figured out, well, you just kill the missile, and the amount of magic damage that it does nowadays is just not this. It's not the same as it was before. A lot of I've seen Gyrocopter solo kill Lunas in the jungle, But I think that was before people kind of figured out. And you know, it's kind of a gyrocopter. You just kill him and then he's useless. So we'll see what they go for. Instead, they pick up the Faceless Void. So it will be a support gyrocopter with the carry Faceless, which means we're looking for a mid here on the side of IHC. And with ultimate last pick, they want to be able to pick up whatever they want. Now, heroes for Team Zero, it does look like a Beyond Omni Knight, which means 7E will probably get his hero here since he knows he's playing against the Timbersaw. The Kata was banned out by IHC, which was the hero I was going to mention. You can't really pick one of the classic melee heroes, but we're going to be seeing the Shadow Fiend instead. Now, the team fight for Team Zero is a little bit weaker than I would have liked to have seen it. I think they really struggled with the team fight the last time around. They just couldn't kill the Gyrocopter. And Gyrocopter's a support this time around, so can you really kill the Faceless Void? I mean, you get him into a Static Storm pre-BKB, and then Aghanim Static Storm post to BKB. Should be fine to get the kill. You do have another BKB piercing stun on the Batrider, but I feel like Faceless Void, like again, this ultimate late game carry that can just take the game over. And Shadow Fiend, you know, tempo hero, you need a little bit more time to farm. You got to get your items, you know. So his decision whether he wants to go Mask of Madness or like the right click build, right, with the Dragon Lance, the Crystallis, pump out that damage. But I feel like Shadow Fiend struggles a bit against Timbersaw beyond the landing stage. You just can't deal with having a Timbersaw on top of you at all times, dealing damage and just not caring about the right clicks that you're doing. Necromancery does kind of help, but when you're up against an Agi carry, not so much. And IHC, with the Timbersaw pick, Timbersaw on the lane is going to struggle. I guess it's going to be a Timbersaw off lane. They could do that as well, because I don't know if you want to lane Timbersaw into Shadow Fiend. And it is an 11 hero on the side of Timbersaw, so I guess it would be that Timbersaw offlane. I even said this earlier, that it would be that IHC are picking up a mid here. IHC looking for mids. What kind of mids could they go for?
Radiant's turn to pick.
Pangolier is available.
Dire must choose.
They have Templar Assassin. Team Zero pick up the Doom. Wait. Is this a... So it's Beyond Doom. Offlane Omni Knight carry Shadow Fiend? What? What? Are you sure? I don't know about this one, Team Zero. I feel like if IHC just picks Sniper, you lose the game. You know, like how do you deal with Sniper right now? I guess Zeus is the same thing. Kind of. It's damage into Chrono. I guess Lena could have been another option as well. But same principle. You want to deal damage from afar. You get damage into Chrono as well. You know, the cosmetics are easily in favor of IHC. This Faceless Void is absolutely ripped. That's crazy how good that Faceless Void looks. And I mean, you have the Ikigai Zeus as well. He's got the Arcana going, and classic Rubik set for Kishka. You know, we all have a staff of our choice, and he's gone with the Raven staff. I don't think I've seen that Gyrocopter before. It's pretty interesting. And Timbersaw, of course, we saw, I believe, last game 11 had the same set. So Team Zero, off the back of ZZQ and Ponlo, again gonna try to make things happen, but I'm not convinced about this core trio. I mean, I don't think of Omni Knight as a hero that does well against. I just don't see it as a hero that does okay against Faceless Void. And like, the problem is the Doom has too many targets. Like, the Doom has to Doom Faceless Void and Timbersaw, basically. He might just buy an egg in himself for himself and go ahead. But this is game 2 between Team Zero on the Radiant side and IHC on the Dire. Of course, Team Zero did lose game 1 in what we'd like to call convincing fashion. Please say your predictions in the chat. We all want to know what you guys are thinking in your head. We want to know what the consensus is. I wish we could do polls. I do wish we could do polls in the chat. You know, at the end of the draft, which team do you think will win? But it's at Faceless Void. You know, Fortune Soul Faceless Void is built different, and the problem about Faceless Void is that Team Zero do not scale outside of Doom, really. I mean, like, you could maybe make a case for the pure damage from beyond, but yeah, not entirely convinced that Omni Knight is back into the meta. A lot of people saying 2-0s in chat after the draft. Very good. Again, I think I actually have a much better draft this time around. This 3 bounty runes for Team Zero. Ponlo sees Fortune Soul has kind of gone the wrong way. They throw the Purity of Hammer as well as the Blood Grenade and the pushback. Team Zero, I think you kind of got caught out a little bit. Ace trying to body block, but won't be able to connect. And First Blood goes the way of Team Zero. Fortune Soul, you know, there's not really nowhere you can go, nothing you could do. You just kind of die. It's a Dota play. Now, this bottom lane is going to be the lane to watch, because if Shadow Fiend gets far behind, and we have seen IHC punish heroes in the lanes really hard. We've seen them, like, if they give Erica the Viper treatment from last game, then there's no way you're going to be able to win the game on Team Zero. Absolutely none. And I think Ace, he'll be able to go in and cause some havoc there. Talk about the mid lane a little bit. You do have Ikigai on the Zeus and 70 against the Doom. This really should be a nothing lane unless Zeus is an idiot and continues to play as he has been doing. But he's got the bottle on the courier. We'll regen back up to full and get the water rune bottom. No. He was checking for a bounty rune. I think may as well. Or in my country, we say Mazel. Now IHC getting out the last hits in the top lane. It is Doom dominating the CS. He's got 13 to the 7 of Ikigai. So, I mean, Doom getting off to a good start will be a good way that Team Zero can make a play happen. And Disruptor does bottom. They're also looking for the play onto Kishka, but can't quite find it. And 11 pumping up the damage onto the Shadow Fiend. How dare you exist in my lane? He's only got 4 Necromastery stacks, so the damage won't quite be there for him. Which is okay. I don't think he really cares. And top lane Rubik, or bottom, sorry, Rubik feeds himself to the Dire. He is food for thought at the end of the day. Food for thought indeed. And I'm thinking about the plan for the lane bottom. You do have Disruptor, who can glimpse back Timbersaw or Timber Chain, but looks like 11 gonna go for level 4 Timber Chain. He's got 2 points in it already, or he could go 3-2. Sometimes you'll see Timbersaws go the 2 points in Timber Chain for the extra range. And also for a little bit of the damage, but mostly the range. Even though it does increase the cooldown by a little bit. And yeah, you're seeing that. I think level 1 Timber Chain, you're still in range of level 3 Raze because it's a 700 range, but it's lying because that's the center point of the Raze, not the radius. Even though it doesn't actually tell you what the radius of Shadow Raze is. On top lane, the pushback onto Ace. He's caught in a little bit of a predicament, but the predicament will subside as he walks out underneath the tier 1 tower. Faceless Void having a pretty tough lane top. Struggling to get the farm going, but will be able to get some CS underneath this tier 1 tower. And even though Ace is low, should be fine to continue on his current path. Bottom, Disruptor dies again to the 11 Kishka combo. Looked like it was a lift plus Fade Bolt. I mean, what can you do besides cry? Not much you can do besides crying, of course, and curious to see, you know, 7E, he's doing his best, but the CS has come back up for Ikigai. And level 6 for the Zeus, you have to be careful in the rest of the lanes as well. Something that we kind of, I think, forget about is ZZQ making the damage out onto Kishka, but the wand is going to be there. And now ZZQ with the glimpse, really going to keep him alive for a little bit longer. Has the Sentry and Observer Ward available. Nice wards for ZZQ. Oh, it's just the Sentry Ward. Wait, is it? Why is this so confusing? This is a Sentry Ward, but why do I click on it? Is there an Observer Ward? And there's no vision in the Fog of War. What? That's not an Observer Ward. That's a Sentry. Why does it say Observer Ward? Chat? Why does it say? It doesn't, I don't know. The sentries say Observer Wards. They're not Observer Wards, they're Sentry Wards. That's confusing. Well, what I do appreciate about Team Zero, nobody's talked about this, is Team Zero, when they're in the lobby, they line up from carry, from like position 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. So when you're at the top, when you look at the top of the screen, next to the score, you see it's Shadow Fiend, Doom, Omni Knight, Batrider, Disruptor, which are the farming priorities for the heroes. And there's actually a bit of a gameplay benefit to that as well. If you've been playing on Team for a while, you can click at the top of the screen to cast spells on your teammates. So if Beyond needed to purify exactly Batrider and there was like 500 units in the way, they could click the Batrider to cast a spell. And having that muscle memory to know exactly where those are as important as mid. Kishka is getting rotated on by two heroes. Two supports have come in. 7E wanted a little bit of a throwdown as he is level 6. The Doom is here. And now Ikigai, he's kind of got to play a little bit safe. Wants to go for the CS. Misses.
There is little hope for Dire's middle tower.
Fortune Soul again. He's farming up a little bit, but this Timbersaw, man. This Timbersaw is struggling. Had to TP back to base. And now that Erica's got those 14 Necromastery stacks, he's done quite a bit of damage. But mid, they get the Doom out onto the Zeus. He will fall here. You can no longer be denied, but you can walk forward. And 11 has the Timber Chain available. The homing missile gonna connect onto 7E, but not to anything he could do about it. The Doom used to get the kill onto the Zeus. It is a bit of an unconventional draft coming out from 7E, but from, I guess, 70 because he is the drafter, but also Team Zero. But I guess that's kind of what you got to do, right? Like, you got to win the games in the upper bracket. This could be a pocket strat for them that they had to show early because they lost a game. But again, it is Fortune Soul. The Chronosphere is not available quite yet. And Chrono is really what you're playing for if you're IHC. You really need to be able to get those Chronos down onto those key targets. Keep the Void alive. It's going to be the motto of this game. The motto of the game plan for IHC as they continue on. Now, oh, they get the Timber Chain onto 70 with the Chakram as well, but no, Ponmo kind of doing a good job with the Firefly, negating some of that damage. They fortify the creeps as well. Ponmo walking forward. 11 got stunned up. The Chakram is thrown out, but the Thunder God's Wrath gets the kill. The glimpse back onto 11 after the Timber Chain, gonna connect. And now Kishka getting chased down. There was a Blood Grenade and then an Infernal Blade as well. And with the AoE coming out from 70, it'll be more than enough to get one kill. Maybe it'll be enough to get two. He gets stunned up at the double kill for him. TP in from Ikigai. He's gonna right click him down. 70, TP's out. That was the most ambitious right TP I've ever seen, but it almost worked. Ikigai picks up one, I guess two, but ultimately you lose 3 for IHC, and IHC are getting outclassed a little bit. We're starting to see Team Zero play Dota the way we kind of expected them to. Out farming, out rotating. Beyond, he's gonna get gone on here. He popped the Chrono as well. The Rocket Barrage gonna connect, and I mean it was a beautifully placed Chrono. An ace with one more Rocket Barrage. The damage is there. Nope. He gets out with the phase boots. Surprised Fortune Soul left. I don't know why he didn't commit. Maybe he was afraid of TP's coming, but I also think he used Chrono way too early, but it's okay. Shadow Fiend gonna go for the Mask of Madness build, probably Crystallis next, as we talked about in the draft. 11 struggling hardcore in the lane due to the Shadow Raises, and Erica's basically solo farming at this point. I think you could kill Erica with the homing rocket, but I think it might be the time where IHC are gonna wait for level 15 and get the shard before they do that. Bat Rider looking for level 6. Disruptor looking for level 6. They're gonna get front priority mid. Bat Rider's gonna look around with the smoke. A lot of single target pick off on the side of Team Zero. You have the Doom, you have the Omni Knight, who is dead top, if you're wondering. And bottom, looks like there's a play happening onto the Shadow Fiend. 11 did a little bit of damage cutting through him, but he's got a support and a Doom behind him in the trees. Level 11 at 10 minutes on the SF. 86 last hits. The net worth, of course, 5,500. Palmer's on the side looking for a little bit. Has the blink, but Erica hitting the tower. He knows he's safe. You do have 70 on the side with the Doom as well, but I don't think anybody from IHC really care about this tier 1 tower bottom. So they're going to let it go. Team Zero are scattered out under with the vision, but they get the stack aggroed, and that's when ZCQ comes in. The Starting Storm gonna connect. They get the glimpse out, but it's a bit of an awkward spot. The lasso and the Doom connected onto that poor boy. The Disruptor is dead, but definitely so will Zeus be dead as well. That was a very nice play on words by me, and that was completely sarcastic. Ace has arrived as well. Hishka's got a fade bolt, but with 11 kind of positioning himself between the exit and the door, gets mini stunned by the Infernal Blade. Turn around, homing missile, gonna connect, and now 11 looking for a play, but it's Erica on the side, stops the play in by Fortune Soul. Is a beautiful Shadow Realm, a Requiem of Souls, and now Fortune Soul, he's got the Chronosphere with a Mask of Madness, maybe looking to make a play here. Is he gonna pop it? I'm not quite sure. He doesn't really have the damage. They do have Ikigai. He's coming in, and now they pop the Chrono. They have the damage with the Zeus coming in. Kishka, maybe a little bit more, but no. Instead, they just turn around. They're looking for a little bit more ace. getting chased down by 70. The Fate Bolt's coming through. And now, with a little bit of movement speed, can Erica get out of here? Fortune Soul trying to chase down this poor SF. It's a Thunder God's Wrath that gets the kill, and Fortune Soul time walks out of there. And now he's turned around. He knows he's got his team with him. Time dilation forward. 11 doesn't hit with the shotgun, but he wants a little bit more. The Timber Chain won't connect. They get the kill onto the back line. And finally, it's a 2 for 2. But I mean, it took so long that the real winner in all of this was Beyond. AFK Farming, gonna get the Blink Dagger up next. Oh, man. No, I thought I knew this. I know Nimbus casts Lightning Bolt on nearby enemies, right? But if you get the level 25 talent where Lightning Bolt is an AoE, does that work on Nimbus? Does it cast an AoE Lightning Bolt? Or does it cast a normal Lightning Bolt? I think it casts the Lightning Bolt to tie to your hero, right? Not that we're going to be seeing Aghanim Scepter on Ikigai anyway, but I was thinking for Chronosphere, maybe you need a little bit of damage into Chrono. Level 3 Chrono is 4.75 seconds. And Zeus with Nimbus would pump in another 350 damage, 700 magic damage into the Chrono. It's not bad. Seems pretty good to me at a global range, by the way. And Ace, I don't know what you're doing there. You're not a creep. You don't spawn in the jungle, but you know, you did die there anyway. Erica did fall a little bit behind after that death. He's gonna catch back up though. He's got the Dragon Lance. Now I think Zeus will be able to scale pretty well into the game, and with the Manta Illusions as well, you will have a way to pump damage into the Chronosphere, so I don't think that's really a big concern for IHC going into the mid game. My concern for Team Zero going into the mid game is you've given this SF quite a bit of value. Now, when the BKBs start coming out from 7E, how do you deal with them? I know they're not going to be coming quite yet. I'm not going to build up the Phylactery next for the Hammer of Purity, which seems illegal, but that is how that item works. 11 caught, glimpse out. Doom is it going to be committed? Nope, the last one's going to be committed. 11 barely escapes there, but Ace has arrived. And now Erica on the side. There's just not a Chrome on top of him. But the lift up, the lift down. Erica still alive, dies to a neutral creep, but they get the Chronosphere out onto the Doom. Can they get the kill onto him? I don't think so. Maybe he's going to turn around and pop the Doom. I'm not quite sure. The Requiem of Soul is not intact. Fortune Soul, time walk in, Doom out. He's getting right-clicked down here. All of this HP is permanent damage that he can't take, but the Doom won't connect, and instead it was a stolen Doom onto the Doom himself. Stolen Valor from the Rubik. He dies, but the Doom will not be able to live, and he's trying to make the play happen with the neutral creep. Will be able to do so. Even though IHC killed 2 people, they were both neutral creep deaths, which is why you're seeing no experience change and only a gold loss on the side of IHC. It was an absolute win for Team Zero on that fight. Literally in the fight recap, IHC lost gold and got 0 experience. The shard picked up onto Zeus. He's gonna get the Yasha next. Full build it into. He's gonna full build it into Manta this time. I don't know if the Zeus is gonna get the Yasha Kaya. Not a fan of Zeus's when they do that, when they're going the shard build. Honestly though, like, one item you need on Zeus to make the shard build work is Manta style. Like, you could still just go caster build, I think, and just buy Manta plus shard. Be completely fine and do quite a lot of damage that way. It's like you see a lot of these Zeus's, they go for like the Phylactery and then they double back for the Manta because, you know, Phylactery just does so much damage. Disruptor, he's gonna figure out that he's taking a lot of damage himself. The right click's coming through, but this is Stoic Static Storm, which will end up getting the kill on the last burst. The Thunderstrike. Meanwhile, Ace bottom, he's going to be taken out himself. Beyond is just AFK farming, has the shard finished up. I really like Omni Knight. I don't like his current iteration. I think Repel is a little bit too weird. I think if they change anything about Omni Knight, it might be like Repel or like Purify. I think Purify is like the one spell on Omni that is not aged very well in the game. It's like a 200 and it's like a 300 heal, but 300 heal in the game is on one target is not a lot anymore. We're starting to see heals like 600, like AoE 250 heals. I think 300, like maybe the numbers are off, and I don't think they can increase the numbers because of the amount of pure damage that Purification does. But they get the Thunderstrike, they're gonna find Disruptor. DZQ doesn't have a Static Storm.
There is Dire's middle tower.
I think if Omni Knight healed for twice the amount of damage that it did, I know some people might be thinking a 600 heal on a 12-second cooldown is kind of crazy, but I think Omni Knight is in this weird state where he needs some sort of big change to be relevant again. And I don't think it's good for Dota that he's going for this like one-shot Hammer of Purity build. As they get the lasso kill onto Fortune Soul that was happening in front of my eyes. It's talking about the mechanics of Omni Knight. It was very good. Doom was committed, and now they blink forward. The Glimmer Cape at the very last second onto the Rubik, but again, Beyond, he's going to get taken down. They know that there's no way that they have a Doom available, and they continue on. Ikigai turning around now onto 7E. 7E, he's the real target. Pops the Shiva's Guard. 11 out onto the side, but there's a boy. Erica into the trees. Pops the Requiem of Souls into the backline. They want to go. Ikigai, he's the target, but the Bat Rider has no damage. They get the glimpse from 11, so they will find one consolidation, one prize. And the altar of failure there in terms of making moves around the map. And Team 0 get away with something even though they really had no business doing that. Oh, Ace finds the Omni Knight finds Ace. How much damage did he just do to that poor boy? Not sure. Too much damage is the answer.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And again, I don't think so. Faceless Void Fortune Soul has died a couple of times, hasn't gotten a kill yet. But that's the thing about Faceless Void. Even though he's bottom of the net worth by quite a margin, he's actually like 1,000 gold behind Omni Knight. He's kind of one of those heroes that just exists in the game on the side, farming over and over and over again, hitting creeps with the Mask of Madness, with the Maelstrom. And I think even though Rubik's dead, you'll start to see a transition now where Fortune Soul is going to start to climb in terms of net worth. A little bit harder than a hero like an Omni Knight or something of the sorts. But he's going to go BKB next on Fortune Soul as the Roshan bottom taken by Erica. Roshan has fallen to the Radiant. Good play by Team 0 to put the pressure onto the map. Force IHC into an uncomfortable situation, and Team 0 looking to come back into Game 2. Again, if they lose this game, they're knocked out of the upper bracket, fall to the lower bracket, where they will face I think it was Spiky Gaming, if I'm not mistaken. My memory serves me correct. Nice glimpse onto 11. 11 now forced to turn around and fight Beyond. Trying to find the pickoff onto the support. Will not do it. 7E with the blink on the amplified damage rune. the dire triangle invaded. Now, if I'm looking at the plan for with this Aegis of Immortality for Erica, just take all the A enemy outer towers. And IHC, I think they're making a beautiful move. They're looking for a pickoff while everybody's trying to take the buildings, and the call down coming forward onto 70. The Static Storm onto a support. Nice job. The stun from the Batrider doing more than enough on the backline. Beyond gets a kill, but there's an Aegis of Immortality that's been taken because Fortune Soul and 11 got the kill onto Erica, and Erica, in between everybody, has to pop the Requiem of Souls, and he will do so. Fortune Soul, time locking in. Can he get a bash? Can he get anything? He cannot. Erica turned around and fought, and now Erica continuing on 11. Needs a little bit of help. Ikigai has arrived for that help, but that has been required. And again, but it's Beyond there with the heal onto the Shadow Fiend. He will not connect, and 11 doing the pure damage to the Timber Saw. Timber Chain away. Is looking on the side. Has that Chakram. It connects onto Beyond. The repel has ceased. And that's a cleave through the boy. 11 has a Timber Chain forward. He wants this kill. ZZQ is pretty slow. And at the end of all of that fight, it's a 3-for-4. IHC coming out on top on a discombobulated fight. They use the Chronosphere to get the Aegis of Immortality. They did lose Fortune Soul. He got 0 bashes, by the way. 1 bash. 1 opportunity. Why is the bash chance on time lock 12/16/2024? Why isn't it 10/15/2025? Like, why? Why isn't it 10/15/2025? I don't understand. Spawn low blink forward onto the poor Rubik. He's trying to Requiem of Souls, but instead he's going to get taken out in the Doom. Onto Ikigai from the low ground. Erica throwing out Hail Marys. 11, he's the next target. Beyond coming in, gives vision for the Static Storm, for the glimpse. There's no field, so he just has to, all he has to do is walk out, and he does, but the tree was in the way. Damn tree, what can you do, 11? Well, Timber Chain forward once again. Whirling Death is available, but not before you get pulverized and purified. IHC lose 3 for the price of $0 and 0 cents. And Erica with this Daedalus just pumping out the damage. Raise. Stolen on Kishka, which raises it. Medium range. Oh my goodness. There was a Rubik there. And now, with no buyback on Timbersaw, they're going to just, Team Zero just going to high ground now. This tower, this tier 3 tower, under siege, and Erica has the damage to kill it. They back up, reinitiate. They're going to go mid Beyond on the Somni Knight. Kind of just showing us how it's done. And again, they continue up onto the high ground. They have Palmo on the side with the blink. He's got a 4-step as well. If you're an Ikigai, you got to be careful. You might get caught up. A Fortune Soul with the smoke, it gets broken. CZ, there is a Chronosphere available. You have the BKB as well. 11 has come in, and now ZZQ, he's going to be the target. They use the Thunder God's Wrath for a little bit of vision, but again, ZZQ is going to end up dying. An Ace, the homing missile, going to go up onto the high ground. They want to catch a little bit more. They're going to follow the homing missile, the trail towards 70. Temper Chain forward once again. Temper Chain available in 1 more second. We're going to see it happen. And now, I'm not sure how 70 gets out of this one because his blink gets canceled. Can he use blink himself out of this one? Nope. It's a lot of damage coming through. TP out. He TP'd out. He got alive. Are you kidding? Oh my goodness, dude. I mean, I thought for sure he was dead. Oh. Is it even worth it to use Chronosphere there? I'm not sure, man. But they're making a play out onto Erica. The TPs are gonna come in. Requiem of Souls. There's a Chronosphere this time around. Guardian Angel used. Can you have the damage? Do you have anything to repel coming through? But Erica, nope. He's gonna get bounced up The right click's coming through. Fortune Soul. Time walking up the damage and not beyond. He's the target for the Snipe Storm. On top of the Doom is going to be enough. The TP out. The BKB going to be enough. And now the Doom, it was stolen. He's doomed up himself. ZZQ, it's all falling apart for Team Zero. What happened? It's a tier 2 dive that's working out. IHC, it's a triple kill for Ikigai. It's all coming together for IHC, and Faceless Void with the biggest brain play I've ever seen. He's a Giga Chat. BKB TP's out after he kills Beyond. Team Zero don't have the team fight to go into a Chronosphere, and it was an 80% win probability, now down to 66, and Ponlo, it's the team wipe. If you weren't convinced about the skill of IHC, maybe now you are, as that team fight was played perfectly. Beyond used everything to get the save onto the Shadow Fiend, but it didn't work. It wasn't quite there. He's going to get BKB of himself onto Beyond, but Guardian Angel not going to do it, and Fortune Soul now he's building up himself a Lincoln Sphere. I think this is the correct play. You could maybe go a little bit more aggressive, build Nullifier as an answer to the, we call it Glimmer Cape. I believe there's a Glimmer Cape on the Disruptor. Yep. Hurricane Pike as well on the Shadow Fiend, and of course, Guardian Angel can be purified. Maybe that's the change, Omni-Onions. Maybe Guardian Angel should be dispellable, or shouldn't be dispellable, and then you reduce the duration by a second. Could be the play. Smoke up from Team Zero. They're going to stand behind Erica. There's no Chronosphere for another little bit, for another 15 seconds. Level 3 Chrono. Very short respawn for the Roshan. In fact, it's going to be a little bit of a smoke play from IHC. They bring Ace up alongside with the Faceless Void, looking for a little bit of a pickoff here. Which hero are they going to find? Well, they see Doom blinking in. That's underneath the tier 1 tower. They get the kill under Rubik. And now 11. Oh no, Ikigai, he's been abducted. And with the Requiem of Souls, almost meant to dodge, but he can't meant to dodge that. And now 70, he's getting caught out bottom. They used the Chronosphere already. Fortune Soul gonna get turned around. He's gonna get doomed himself. Walk out of there. 70 getting caught down bottom. Right click from Ace. More than enough damage, and you have the Faceless Void doomed up for another couple seconds. He's gonna try to get out of there, but again, they rotate supports. Nope. They don't actually rotate any supports. They've already gotten their bread. Mid. IHC trying to fight for every inch of this map here, as Fortune Soul is starting to get away with a net worth climb. He takes out a tower, and 11. He's got Eternal Shroud kind of staunch finished up. BKB next up after the Shiva's Guard. They ping out ZZQ. They're gonna find him. They definitely have a sentry. They're gonna use it. Maybe. Chakram will connect. And it's another tier 2 dive. You have no Chronosphere, guys. No Chronosphere for IHC. They're gonna make the correct play to back up. Ace might be the target, but 11. He glimpses back. TP, blink forward, gets stunned up, won't be able to live. Ace, again, getting chased down by Beyond, but he's gonna die in. 2 dead on the side of IHC. Diving tier 2 towers might have worked one time, but not. That was when you had Chrono. And again, the gold lead kind of growing a little bit, but the game state is not the same as it once was. Experience lead on the side of IHC by quite a bit. By almost 1,000, or by almost 1,100 experience, which is in Dota a lot. Experience is nowhere near as plentiful as gold. And that's just how Dota was intended. But IHC, you know, looking to get this game as a 2-0. They have a lot of hurdles to overcome. First of which is they have to contend with the Doom dooming everybody. Is he even going to build a refresher? It looks like Octarine Core is going to be the next build. They smoke up on IHC. Would like to see them not use Chronosphere here. I kind of want them to wait it out a little bit. They don't have a ward, but the blink out, they have vision. And Ikigai with the Thunder Strike. You're looking to make a call down happen, but maybe not going up the high ground vision is the correct play. And with the gem, they get the kill. It is going to be the gem on the Rubik. Ward is taken out. Take a look at the items once again. Seeing the BKB finished up onto Fortune Soul plus Mjolnir. He's got it's pretty close to Lincoln Sphere. Would kind of like to see a butterfly on him at some point as well, but maybe won't get that. It's a smoke play from Team Zero. They go top. They did see Faceless Void up here. They also might see Ace. There's a ward. I think Ace pings out the TP. And you can't really TP out of this one yourself. You get glimpse back, but Ace trying to turn, get the kill. Not going to connect. Rubik barely TPs out as well. And now IHC, they're still on the defense because the Roshan was taken by Team Zero, but the Rax top, that's the real target. IHC have to defend, and they get the pull back onto 11. Blink in as well, that's a fear. Wheels up. Does he have a way of getting out of here? No BKB available for him, but he can't just walk out of there. He's completely fine with the 5 stacks of the Eternal Endurance from Eternal Shroud. So nobody dies. They smoke up. Make a play happen. Again, a big Chronosphere, and Team Zero are on the back foot for the next 3 minutes of the game, but they find out Erica. They're going to catch him out. It's a bit of an awkward engagement, but it's a stolen lasso. Erica, that's the BKB, but the Chrono only connects onto one onto the side, and the Doom comes out onto the Faceless Void. It was a whiff of a Chronosphere, and now the right clicks onto Fortune Soul. He is definitely going to die to all of that damage. BKB used on the Shadow Fiend. The glimpse back onto 11. Ace, right clicks for days. Going to be more than enough at 70. Separating the rest of the team. BKB used up onto him. 11, caught back. Do they have a glimpse? They have the buyback onto Ace. I'm not sure what this is for, as you do get the lasso. One more time, 11, he goes down. And Team Zero blink up onto the high ground. 70 needs a little bit of support, but where's the support going to come? When you get 11 back, the glimpse, that's the support that you need. 70 will die, but Ikigai doing quite a bit of damage. Kichiko with the Fade Bolt, getting that the kill, and now Beyond has to walk down from below the high ground. And IHC secure themselves 1 kill, but they lose, I think it was 2 kills. The Aegis of Immortality. They have to buy back on Ace. And that Chronosphere was a bit of a whiff. Smelled funny. Did not smell like it was the road to success. Didn't look like it either. IHC looked like they were doing so well at one point, too. But again, the win probability spikes back up to 90%. But both teams are struggling with winning the game. You thought it was just Team Zero, but IHC, this game too, showing us that it's kind of hard to high ground, especially into Chronosphere. Is he going to go refresher? He is. He has the Lincoln Sphere available, so no random dooms coming out for him when he has BKB on. At least he shouldn't be. No damage item on Fortune Soul. I mean, besides Mjolnir, I'm not sure if Faceless Void has the damage to kill, like, I think he needs a Nullifier is what I'm trying to say. You need Nullifier, and then you can maybe go Refresher. But you cannot, like, ZZQ was dead to rights there if you had a Nullifier. You can Dispel Repel, you can Dispel Guardian Angel. Or, alternatively, you just Chrono Omni Knight. kill him, which might be the play. The 5,000 gold lead that was present a couple minutes ago has evaporated, or has not evaporated, has grown into a 12,000 gold lead for Team Zero. But again, they're not really that comfortable pushing out. Smoke out from IHC, looking for a target. Fortune Soul leading the charge with Chronosphere, but they won't find anybody top. Nobody top. Meanwhile, Team Zero pushing in mid, pushing in bottom. I really think you need to Chrono Beyond. He's made a couple of your Chronos like pretty useless. And I think a Nullifier on a hero on your team might be useful, but doesn't look like anybody's going to get one. Instead, Erica does not have BKB, but oh, the stolen lasso once again. We've seen this before. The Chronosphere on the back to get the kill onto Beyond in the backline. There's a stolen Requiem. No, Requiem in the middle of everybody. And it's again the play. Fortune Soul is deleted. 11 now. He's the next target. You thought it was a nice play. Iki got caught at the end of the Static Storm. Palm along to the side trying to get the damage. And it's a GG called. IHC get team wiped. It's an ultra kill for Erica. And that is going to be it for game 2. Between Team Zero and IHC. IHC have to make a play here. Game 3 is going to be underway here shortly, and I can't help but feel that some of those chronos were not really what was needed. And I mean, Beyond on this Omni Night, I have to give him MVP. There were so many times when he targeted people. He saved a couple of chronos, just had the whole game under his thumb. And IHC thought they might have had the pulse of Team Zero. It doesn't really look like it coming into game 2, and now game 3 it's going to be a 50-50 coin split. But we'll see how that game turns out after a little break.
Because again, this is honestly okay. Hang on.
Yeah, hold your
Whisper
horses.
has no time for.
All right, puts
Tom.
Ace on the cliff. Very classic stuff. And the Static Storm now applied to several heroes. You can see Quinn just trying to brush it off. He's going to get snowballed, which actually cancels the grip. And Quinn gets off his Wukong's command. Whisper getting really low, but Nightmare to save him just a little bit. Another skewer, almost clipping all of them. But the damage is enough either way for OG. Ace still stuck up there, that fat, juicy watermelon. Finally, Whisper's reign comes to an end via Duracio's right click. Somehow he does enough damage to kill something other than a creep. It's incredible, in fact, as Ace. This will take a while, but Tomato and company will claim the watermelon. Feels like it's more than that.
OG trying to beat that record in this one.
Yeah, for sure. BZM, all right. Oh my God.
Beautiful.
RP onto 3 heroes. Waveform completely misses. Ravage to follow from Ace, though. Actually doing a lot of damage. They're going to be able to take out Whisper. And for Gaming Gladiators. They try to run away. The Magnetize gets one, make it two. And BZM and company able to eventually clean up. It was looking a bit hairy for them, but this net worth lead is no joke. Ace stuck inside the kinetic field. Triple kill for Tomato.
Okay, he's in there.
He wants to go in
really
very
in
deep.
there.
My goodness, gets off the Magnetize, already at half HP. RP comes in, hitting several heroes with the skewer.
Second set. The jump for Poker is